Right, hello everyone, welcome to PRF1, Friday night, 8:30 PM. It is round 14 of the season. Really getting into it now. And we are at Japan, land of the rising sun. Robbo snipes his first out. And if you just bear with me, I'm just going to get onto the stream myself and just do a little bit of sharing. Where's PRF1? Why can't I find it? There it is. Right, first thing to say just quickly is I'm not really too sure why we've only got 16. We should have a full grid, which is really frustrating because, you know, people do work hard to get the grid full, and it's not. It is frustrating. I've just seen that someone's having internet trouble, one of the new guys, so that's fine, Mike. You know, we understand that. Anyway, as I say, I need to get into the stream so that I can share it a bit. Just waiting for Robbo as well to finish his out lap. So, ship 2. Okay, so it's on stream. I'll just pop it into leagues as well, WAOF. Right, it's WAOF1, and I'll share it in ARC as well. So there we go. Excellent. Hello, Mr. Whale. Yes, operator is just joined recently. I saw that you put a post out about a Friday league, and so I got into him and said, look, you could come over to PRF1, and he's having his first race tonight. Taj, bets. What? What do you mean you broke your wing on the wets? Why would you be out on wets? There's 16 drivers. You need to get a lap on the board. Only 15 go through, mate. And second of all, you should not be driving on wet tyres in the dry conditions. It's illegal. 31-9 from Robbo. 31-0 from the White Lion note. Who we got next? There's quite a few cars coming across. Robbo's teammate Davis, 31-9 as well. Into P3. We're on with Kamarov as Atkins goes fastest on a 30.9. 33-1 from Dodi Kakat. I didn't think he was racing tonight. Good to see him on track. 30.7 from Kamarov puts in P1. Dart Lordon heading for the line, which must be Fatal Defiance, and that's a 33-2 from him. Off track Lord and into the pits. Who else we got on their way? It's a Ferrari, so that's Goomba. 32.9, that puts him into P6. Got caught out, if I remember rightly, last week. Goomba. Interesting, getting a... I missed that. Did I get a thanks? What for? He just what do you mean, did you get a thanks? He posted just saying that he was wondering if there was a Friday league. I told him about PRF1 and I got him into the server. You weren't involved in any way whatsoever. Well, that's what I was wondering, Greza. I hope your hangover's better, bud. Yeah, I know one of the new guys is having internet problems that's flared up, so I think he's put in chat that he's given up, but that's only one. I'm not sure about the others. overly sure who we're missing, to be honest. I'm sure you can work all that out. Get into the Discord, Grezzo, and kick some butt. Taz. Gritas, whichever you prefer to call him. It's Gritas, really. Greek. It's, I like to call him Taz because it reminds me of Tasmanian Devil, which was awesome when I was a kid. And this is a Red Bull on their way round, so Dre, Taz had invalidated. Oh, can you not see my message above? No. Literally, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Well. Oh, to everyone else that's joined, by the way. Nice amount of viewers already, so thank you very much. There's Dre. Another laugh. Have we got anyone else actually doing a laugh at the moment? Dory, no. Gritas has had a spin. That's out of the chicane at the end of the lap. He's into the pits now, he's going to carry on. Big D is in the sector 1. Let's stick a order in, take a look at this. So, a lot of experience in Japan recently, both driving and commentating, and I have to say, it's a lot on 22 than it was on 21. That was the main thing I took from it, but it is still. You know, I'm not saying it's easy. It isn't. 5-month sub, are you sure? Did you really? Well, if you did, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Well, I love you. But I forgot what I was saying now. You've made me well up. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely easier this year than last, but still a difficult track. There's no ifs or buts about it. So 32.7 from Big D puts him into P8. Obviously only the one elimination going to happen in this session, so for most drivers it'll just be a case of getting a lap on the board, but see them through. But here's Dark Lord on his way up the straight anyway. Well, which Angel Delight's winning at the moment? Oh my god, I've just seen what you've just posted, well, and I do believe I just said thank you very much. It's not true. You only really come onto my streams to give me abuse, in a way. Dark Lord, then, D8. There's that one. Let's go to Spreader. Right at the start of his lap as well, so nice time to catch him. As he looks to tackle sector 1. So the reason I say it's easier this year is because you can use the curbs, which, if you remember back to F1-21, it was basically avoid them like the plague. This year you can use them. I'm not saying they won't spin you. You've got to be a bit careful with your steering input and throttle input, but it's just not as sensitive this year. It's butterscotch, no, but it's not really, is it? Who's voting butterscotch over strawberry? See if any of the other viewers would like to pitch in on that. Me and Well were having a debate over. I basically had a lovely dinner, and then I had some chocolate Angel Delight afterwards for my dessert. And Wales said that butterscotch is better, and I said no, I'd have strawberry or chocolate over butterscotch. So what do you guys think? What do the viewers think? Would you go? Are you a strawberry man, a chocolate man, or a butterscotch man? Or lady? 30.0, yeah, 30.2 then from Spreader. Looks as the field goes P1 at the moment. We've got Dark Mark and Taz are on outlaps, so they're the two in trouble at the moment. Operator, after that, he's on an outlap as well. Fatal Defiance sat in the pits, but he is in trouble as well, really. Only a couple of hundredths ahead of Operator at the moment. But quite honestly, any of those guys I think are in trouble, including Gumba. Sorry. It's gonna be interesting. Who's gonna get across first then? Is Dawdy actually on a lap here? Yeah, I think he is, isn't he? As he locks up into the chicane. Still made the corner okay, but quite a big lock up. Gonna blitz his PB and goes up to P7 on a 31.5. So that's much better from Dawdy. Gumba's still on an outlap, despite what the graphic says there. He's definitely on an outlap. So's Taz. And so's Operator. Actually, they're all very close on track. Gumba is first by the looks of things, so let's just go to Gumba, but they're very, very close. Apparently, Butterscotch is the best. My mate just told me. Fair enough. Ah, yes, I can see now, Whale. Thank you ever so much. You gifted Fatal Defiance a sub. That's very, very kind of you. Oof, I haven't had Angel Delight in ages. I know, Greza. I know. Oh, I see. Butterscotch. Greza knows. My mate just told me. Are you counting well as a mate? Oh, no, someone else. Okay. Makes sense. Whale was literally about to make his first ever friend. That would have been so... like, cute. That would have been... Sorry, I came off a Gumba there. He's still going, isn't he? I'm being distracted. Gumba heads up to the chicane. Red Bull, is that Dark Mark doing a lap? Yeah, it is. So Dark Mark goes up to P5. Gumba across the line, improves by 4 attempts. He's P13. Taz goes into P11 on a 31.9. Operator is invalidated on his lap. Fatal's out there now. Second friend? Me and Fatal go way back. Okay. And Spreader, he fancies... Well, I think he fancies me more, if I'm honest. He sends me little messages and stuff. It's really cute. And you should hear after we do the interviews afterwards. Spreader stays on with me for ages. We do naughty things over our Xbox party sometimes, you know, Spreader. His camera retires out. Happy with what he's done, and I think he is okay. I think it's looking like anything below 32 is probably going to be okay. I didn't quite catch Fatal's set to 2 to split time. He's heading for the line now anyway, and across he comes. 31.7, I think that puts him safe up to P9. Gumba not improving this time. Operator will be on another run. Invalidated the last one. Didn't quite get there in time to catch his second split time. Through the chicane. There's sights. So yeah, improves by 3 attempts, but doesn't improve position. Stays P16. As Big D retires in the pits, comfortable. And there's a few more now. Dark March just retired in the pits, so I think, yeah, there's going to be a few of those now, I think. So, I think Taz might be having another go. He's recharged his battery to 87%. So, no, that's not having another go. You won't be taking corners like that. Sector 1. That's the thing with Sector 1. It can be, as we all know, it can be a bit slippy. But at the same time... Oh, Goomba retires from the session in the pits. Operator's got enough time. As you can see, he's invalidated this lap, but this wouldn't have been an actual... Oh, but his fuel light's flashing, so actually I don't know if Operator's going to have enough time to be able to do have enough fuel, to be able to do another lap. So he's not really got enough energy to do one in a way, but in fact he hasn't turned his energy off. It's still using energy, which tells him he's not even trying to recharge it. So I think that is effectively the end of quali. Grez is my friend, really. Aww. Oh. Oh. Everyone's your friend, really well. Such a nice well. When I think of a whale that represents you, whale, I think of one of those, are they beluga whales that look like they've got the really smiley faces? And they blow bubbles? That's the sort of whale. I don't think of you as like a big blue whale or anything like that. I think of you as a beluga whale. Davis heads to the line, and it's a 31-1. Nice improvement from Davis. That was a 7/10 improvement. That put him up to 7th as well. So, just confirm through the order, but I'm not going to go through all the drivers. We'll just confirm then that it is Operator on his debut. Unfortunately, that we will lose. But I'll tell you what, it's not the worst thing in the world starting at the back around Japan. Suzuka. It's obviously we know the first. Well, turn 1 is basically full pelt and maybe a slight lift on the first lap, but basically full pelt. Turn 2, obviously heavy braking down for that one, and then sector 1 is so tight that starting at the back may not be the worst thing in the world. Haha, evening well. I have a massive head. Thanks for that. I won't read the next one out, but Grez in the mud. Oh, Grez is not feeling very well today, guys. Don't bully him. He's feeling a bit fragile. Well, I just seen that you realise I do get notifications every time you say some of the users in the admin chat, right? Right. Robbo getting out there quick again. Some drivers just like to get out first, don't they? I think it's because he knows full well if he goes out first, I'll watch him. He knows he gets to watch himself back later. And that's what it is. I am very ill. The burger place was amazing. Oh, I thought you said you weren't doing it. You did. Yes, I do. Vodka berry slush. Amazing. So what are you doing now? Are you back out on it again? Grezza. So, I only know one stat about Suzuka, guys, which is a pretty boring one, really, because everybody knows it. And that's that this track has crowned more champions than any other over the years. Most famously, in my eyes, maybe because we're namesakes, but most famously in my eyes, the 1996 World Championship when Damon Hill was crowned World Champion at Suzuka. I do recall Murray Walker saying that he has to stop because he has a frog in his throat. Well, if you ate one of those burgers, Grez, I'm surprised you can move, if I'm honest. Were you not alive in 1996? Well, I know you're not really 21, like you put in the chat the other day. You've told me your age before, and I know for a fact that you told me you were 30. Absolute fact. And for your information, I was 12 years old in 1996. Robbo is on his hot lap. Well into it now. Round the hairpin. It's this double left-hander, which I actually think is one of the most trickiest parts of the track. Such an important part of the track to get right, because you've got to get the exit. It takes you all the way up this straight. As I get a message telling me my controller batteries are low, we'll just see if see what Robbo manages, and then I'll change them. Here he comes then, Robbo. 1:31.6 to get us underway. Dark Lord 32.111. Big D 31.2. Who's this? This is Taz 32.3. The other McLaren's the spreader. 1:30.5. Beautiful McLaren. I absolutely love it. Livery. A few more crossing the line. A Dukan. That's the first time I've been able to say it this week. A Dukan. 1:29.885. More like the sort of times I was expecting to see by now. White Lion on his way round. Right, he's actually got a whole straight to go, so I'm just going to change my batteries. There we go. I mean, 96 was an awful year. Hill won the championship. That was an amazing year. My uncle, Damon, great uncle, Graham. Right, on the back straight, but has invalidated. Oh, what's that? Is that big contact between two drivers? Spreader driving around slow. There's that was Kamarov. Is Spreader and Kamarov come together, or was Spreader just stopping to make sure Cammy was okay? What else we got going at the moment? Go to White Lion because he didn't get a proper. Yeah, actually, I'm related. He's not like direct cousin, like second cousin second removed cousin or something like that. However you say it, I never really bothered to work it out. But yeah, we are related. I was -4 that year. Yeah, of course you were. Well, all I can say is if you actually are that young, Mr. Well, you clearly had a very, very hard paper round. How can I prove it? Do you want a blood test?
My first wife, father was in Wales.
Gunners, operator, wow, I've seen you for a bit, nice to see you racing. I get the right people in, Gunners, what can I say? I attract the right people. Dre across the line, up to P10 in the Red Bull. It's all getting a bit tight, a bit competitive. Dre having a little spin there, keeping out of Ferrari's way. If it's a Ferrari, it must be Gumba, the only Ferrari tonight. It's like Faye. I was going to say just like Fatal's the only Aston, but actually, no, Atkins is out there as well. So, yes. Yes, bloody test will be good. I'm not like in contact with him, mate. It's not as if I go and see him every weekend. Christ. I literally met him once at a wedding when I was a little kid. Don't tell Rocket Reed, operator. Spinala! Well, funny enough, operator, that's what I told him when I met him. My oldest brother is quite a bit older than me, introduced me to him and told me who he was. And I was sort of just getting into racing, so I knew. But pretty much all I said to him was, I like Michael Schumacher better than you. Scumba crosses the line, 33.497. Dark Lord as well to the end of sector 2, and just over a tenth down at the moment. No, I'm not related. Oh, for God's sake! Breathe, breathe. Deep breaths. No, well, I'm not related to Schumacher 2. My name isn't Craig Schumacher, it's Craig Hill. You absolute weirdo. Grez has another fun fact. Hilly's never watched Ted's Notebook. No, I haven't. You're absolutely right. What? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because it's on Sky. I don't have Sky. I haven't watched any racing this year. I've not watched any of the races, which is for the first time since 1992, I think. 91, 92, something like that. And, but yeah, I've always watched it on terrestrial channels. It's not acceptable, YouTube. See, I'm not the only one. Taz hasn't either. Technically, I know Taz is Greek, but that's no excuse, as well says YouTube. It's Dark Mark then on his way over the line. 130.5, that puts him nice and safe, in my opinion. Up into P2, ahead of Spreader. And hey, Gumbo, I missed that one. Gumbo 31.1 has gone into P5. Very nice indeed, as I think... Oh no, White Line's still on an outlap. It's just, again, glitching a little bit. Obviously, at this point, the drivers that are fighting to survive that we want to be watching. So... You've watched a lot less this year after Abu Dhabi. Yeah, that wasn't my reason, to be honest. To be quite honest, I just didn't like the cars when they released them. My dad really didn't, so my dad stopped watching it, and it was something we watched together. So then I got into online racing, which means I've been busier than I've ever been before in my life, to be quite honest. I've not watched it. So, do you know if you are a Sky Glass or a Sky Q? I don't even know what those two things mean. You can watch highlights of the race throughout the live action, so you never missed a second. What? So, hang on. Let me try that again. So, you do know if you are a Sky Glass or a Sky Q customer, you can watch highlights of the race throughout the live action, so you never miss a second. That makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. Clearly a nutter, Big D. You've been drinking, sir. I've had to tell Grez he's not allowed to drive tonight because he's too drunk. I think Big D should be joining that. Doody. Well, Dody's left the session. Doody, why did you leave the session? I can't invite him back. He's not... Is he? Oh yeah, he is, He is Xbox, that's handy. Never drink and drive. Well, that is correct. That is very, very correct. Oh, by the way, operator, are you still there? Say yes or something on the chat. As Davis improves 8.5 temps up to P6. Will that be enough? It's probably going to be quite a few improvements. Lord early in his lap was Robbo. He's almost 4 temps up as the checkered flag comes out. So Robbo then 131.3 improves by 1/4 of a second. That puts him into P10. Dre has invalidated. So we're going to lose Dre for a second week in a row. Not going into Q3. Fatal Defiance, same. Dark Lord. So Dark Lord, the only one. Good. No, he's nearly 4 seconds down, so clearly that lap not going well. And so that is it. So we're going to lose Dre, White Lion, Fatal Defiance, Dark Lord, and Dodi Kaka. So surprises in there. Robbo with that lap. He lost some time at the end of that lap. Didn't improve by as much as it was promising. He should have been going into P8 and putting Atkins in trouble. But he still gets through by the skin of his teeth. As Davis not improving, so that will be it. Now we're just waiting for people to be pushed into the pit boxes as Davis completes the lap. Speed things up for us, just waiting for Taz. Excellent. Right. Smoke and fly. Never drink and drive, smoke and fly. Yes, and yeah. Grezzy, you saying you should do that or not do that? Crofty? Hey, Atkins. Unless it's water, of course, or a softy drinky. A softy drinky. What are you, 2? So a Ducan quickest in that session. So it's 1-1 between them and Spreader. But again, just to confirm, we lose Dre, White Lion, Fatal Defiance, Dark Lord, Dodi Cat, Race Director. Let's just go to incidents and just in case they were needed for any reason. But we'll move on to Q3. Old slow go. What's going on here? Yes, operator, you are there. Excellent. Operator, go. Always safe, never panic, says Robbo. Old slow go. Saz is starting his Q3 streak again. Well done, Saz. Yeah, operator. Yeah, no, I'm not really related to Damon Hill, mate. I was joking. I was lying. I was lying. My name is Craig Hill, but so I'm not related to Damon or Graham Hill in any way, shape, or form. I was playing a trick. So you can add gullible to that old slow goat. Oh dear. To be fair, you're actually about the third person I've got with that. I'm just going to get myself another coffee while we're waiting for this lot to get on with it. Near an engine. Oh, I just dropped my controller in my headset. Somebody want to actually let me know if you can actually still hear me or not on the stream. Oh yeah, he dropped it again. Right, I'm back. I'm safe. I'm alive. Starting like you for yeah, more like Ariel. Yeah, more like yeah. To be fair, I look a lot more like him as well. Bald head. Right, who's on their way? It looks like, is it Spreader? It is indeed Spreader. Can't hear me, buddy. Hello. Can you really not hear me, or are you just being silly? Yeah, you're just being silly. You can hear me. No. Yeah, yes, I'm only related to Schumacher. Well, that's correct. Is that when you're... Right, so... Spreader. So who do you guys reckon for pole? Or do you want to do a top 3 maybe? Prediction? I'll have a little go. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Spreader. Because I've just realised that Adukian is retired. And is out of qualifying. But I was going to say Adukian. But so I'm going to go Spreader, followed by Kamarov, followed by Dark Mark, because he's come into some really good form recently. Thank you, Gunners. I think I've just seen Dodi Karaka is having connection issues. Right, okay, so Nordi Karaka is just saying his connection drops on his last hot lap in Q2 when he was knocked out, so it's unfortunate, buddy. Let's hope it runs okay for the race. So spreader goes fast, it's a 30.0. I'd be very disappointed if we don't see a mid-29 for pole. I think a Ducan would have been able to hit that comfortably. 130.5 from Big D. Who else we got? Here's Kamarov. He goes 29.6, so I would say that's a mid-29. Gumba. It has to be Gumba. Yes, thank you. Gumba across the line, 31.9, puts him in P5. Davis coming out of the chicane. And that's a 31.0 from Davis, which will put him P5. Who we got? Robbo, is it? Yeah. Yeah, Grezzo, I think you might be right. First grid operator pole, if only, eh? I won't say the word live, but no, you're not a Dukan. What happened to you anyway? Did you bin it in sector 1? Taz is on an outlap. Don't know why the McLaren's slowing down like that, but so here comes Taz. As he said, he started his Q3 streak again. Yeah, I think Cameron's going to go a little bit quicker yet. Just realised I haven't done a hilly hot lap yet. I'll have to. Where's Dark Mark? Yeah, ideally, Dark Mark is behind us on track, so I'll be able to do it with him. So we'll watch Taz go round, and then we'll do a hilly hot lap with Dark Mark. And no one. Yeah, to be fair, Fatal, I think you usually do alright for yourself. You know, if you have a clean race, you tend to move forward rather than backward, don't you? So I think you'll do alright. Let me guess, Hard's first stint, go long. Taz comes to the line then, 131.2. Let's go to Dark Mark then as promised, and on board, so across the line we come. DRS will already be open, just to prove it. Head down to turn 1, which is just flat out, and directly into turn 2. Heavy braking, late apex into the corner to give you the best exit speed you can get. Head down to the quick S's, if you want to call them S's. So you can use the curbs a bit now, but I think most of us will still be used to avoiding them, really. Again, with this one, you need to be able to take the pace, take the speed down. The double right-hander, so you just drop down to 6th, but you can take it first one in 7th, usually 4th for the second. Head up now to the hairpin. As soon as the little right-hander stops, you're pretty much hitting the brakes, and down to usually 2nd or 3rd for that one. I prefer 3rd myself. Head now up to the double left-hander. As I said earlier on in the qualifying, to me it's one of the most important parts of the track, this double left-hander. So much time can be gained there if you nail it perfectly. And full throttle now, all the way up to the hairpin. You got the flat-out left-hander. Wouldn't be flat out in the wet, mind, but in the dry, fully flat out. And head into the chicane, very famous Suzuka chicane now. Lots of curb on the exit, and Straighten up the steering, open up the DRS for the last little bit, and that's a decent 30.7 from Dark Mark. A lap of Zazuka. Let's go to Atkins. He's just completing his outlap. Oh no, he's not. He's heading in. All right then. So who else we got then? Goomba lap. And he's just coming towards, well, coming through the double left-hander up towards the end of sector 2, so won't be too long. So what did I say in the end? I said Spreader, Cammy, Dark Mark, didn't I? So got two correct in the top 3, just in the wrong positions. So Greta, you should be here. If you was here, I would say you were a favourite for pole, my friend. So here comes Goomba for another run. Should we go on board? I think qualifying generally is better to be on board with the drivers, isn't it? What's that? It's track. Oh, well done, Alpine driver, whoever that was. I think it was yeah, it must have been Cammy. It's the only Alpine out there. Got out of the way pretty well there. Hopefully it didn't distract Goomba too much. Only 100th down, so oh, looks pretty steady and pretty tidy so far from Goomba. Q3 appearance for Goomba. He's gotten there quite a lot this season, hasn't he, Grezza? He's done alright. Not a Japan, mate. Not a favourite for you. It is a proper wheel track, mind. It's definitely a track that favours the wheel users over the pad users, this one. But yeah, it's I do love it. Do you know, it really is one of my favourite tracks. It's definitely not one of my best tracks, but it is one of my favourites. And I don't want to curse it, so I'm going to touch wood first, but it usually provides one of the best races of the season for online races. So 31291 for Goomba in P8. Robbo started a lap. Who else we got? Cammy must be starting, so let's go to Cammy. Problem is, because of this blowing timing glitch that we keep getting in qualifying, where the outlap bit disappears when they aren't not even close to the line, can't be 100% sure he's on a hot lap, so I've gone to Cammy simply because we know he's done his outlap, because we went past him. Goomba. So, wow, okay, nearly 3 temps off in sector 1. Well, for me, even if he just matches his PB through sector 2 and sector 3, this is going to be pole position. Oh, he was going to run a bit wide then. It's okay. See if it cost him anything as he comes across the line for sector 2. And, no, it's gained more. Half a second up. So it's actually on target to match my time trial. So here he comes, heads to the line, and well, it's just below my time trial with a 29.212, with TT is 29.1. So the fact that it's qualifying means effectively he's just beaten my time trial, really, in real terms. It's a fair play. Spreader improving, but not by enough to challenge pole. So I don't think anybody's going to beat 29.2. That's a super lap from Kamarov. Here comes Spreader, 29.6. I think that will cement P2. Big D improves as well, 30.0 for P3. Davis had finished. I think Atkins just nipped up to P4 ahead of Davis. Yeah, Davis is showing P5, as you can see there, so I think Atkins has nicked it. which I think, off the top of my head, would be Atkins' highest qualifying position so far in PRF1. I think. You can correct me on that if you like, but I think that's right. But in a way, congratulations to Kamarov. Fantastic pole position. Quite dominant in the end, really. Spreader P2, always up there as long as he gets a clean lap in. Big D P3, Atkins 4, Davis 5, Dark Mark 6, Taz 7, Robbo in 8, Gumba 9. Superb qualifying for Gumba and Taz. And Robbo, actually, to be fair. A Dukan in the end, disappointing. Crashing out. But it will make it interesting for us when he has to make his way through the field. Mark, I always mess up Q3. Yeah, well, at least you always get Q3 though, mate. That's an achievement in itself. But right, okay. Any reserves or anything like that? If you are listening, don't forget we take a break. So please don't ready up. An admin will sort all that out for you. You just do your setups, do your strategies, and sit and wait effectively. Okay, guys. Same for me. I'm going to take a quick break, so I'll be back shortly. Yeah, not much else to say. I'll be back shortly. See you in a moment. Right, guys, I was back. Well, first of all, hello, Aaron. Thanks for joining, mate. Hope everything's well with you. Someone help me, says, well, someone needs to. Nurse, maybe? Need a nurse? Need someone to make sure you take that medication, mate. So, just waiting for Master Spread to wake up and say, let's go, basically. Do. There we go, someone's pressed a button. Excellent news. Right, here we are then. So, formation lap gets underway. Sergeant Kamarov leads us away. No one's told me what the weather's going to be, but looks very bright and sunny. And taking a look at the tyres then, top four all opt in for the mediums first. Then Davis goes hards. Taz has gone hards, Robbo's gone hards. Dre, White Lion, Fatal Defiance, all on hards to start the race. Everybody else on the mediums. Nobody has opted for softs, which I think is very sensible. The softs will die very, very quickly around here, so very good. I think we're in for a good one. I really do. Nice to see Big D out there in P3s. In little patches through the season, he's shown some brilliant pace at times this season as Big D. But, oh, wait there. Throwing the car around the track trying to heat the tyres up. Actually, one of the downsides to using the hard tyres at the start can be a bit of a lack of rubber off the start line. But of course, one of the upsides to it is the fact that in the pit stop you go to a softer compound, normally the mediums, which means you tend to get them up to temperature out of the pits a lot quicker. Also enables you to go longer, of course, in that first stint, which is a huge advantage in itself. But, see how to go. I'm a little surprised Atkins didn't go hard, because I've just thought Atkins might have liked to go the opposite to what the guys ahead do. It's Davis and Dark Mark look like they've had a little coming together and have been disqualified. So, got two grid slots. So Robbo gets disqualified. It's not a huge thing if you get disqualified, really. It does put you quite far back in the grid slot. So, if we can see someone, get a good view of it. But here come the lights. That's not the worst view I've ever had from Coders, to be honest. So let's stick with that. Out they go. Looked like Cammy reacted pretty well. Spreader's usually a great starter, and he has got off to a great one. And up into the lead goes Master Spread. Davis up to 4. Oh, he's swapping places with Dark Mark. So Atkins drops to P6. Ducan up 1 at the start as well. So just get the position changes up. Just go to the leaders. So Trey's just dropped a couple of places. Let's just make sure he's He's ghosted. Oh, straight ghosted. He's going to hemorrhage places as long as the AI has control of his car. He's going to drop place after place, but let's hope he gets back to us soon. Gumbo off to a good start as well, up 2 places into P7. Dre already down to 15th now. And he's about to get overtaken and drop to the back. And there he is, he's joined. White Lion gets ahead of Taz. Oh, Taz is also ghosting and I can't invite Taz back. That's the problem. I don't know how to get around that. I can't invite Taz back, guys, so... It's a PlayStation player. Let me just go... If I go into invites and requests, he won't be there. If I go to friends, there's nothing there. Look, hopefully you guys can see that, but there's nothing there. Never had anybody appear on that yet. So I've absolutely no idea how we could get him back into the lobby. Evening, Mark. Yeah, it is, mate. Great track. Gumba and a Dukan fighting side by side at the moment. Dukan gets the move completed by the looks of it, unless Gumba gets a particularly good exit. Dukan up into P7 then for the Mercedes man. So crashed in Q3 and started P10. Love to make his way onto the back of the top 3 really as quickly as possible to give himself a chance tonight. But obviously, first things first, he's got to do that safely. His operator at the 14th. He's ahead of Taz. I can't invite you, Taz. I can't invite you, mate, because you're PlayStation. If I go into invite in requests, there's nothing there. Or if I go into friends, there's nothing there. There's nothing I can do for you, bud. I'm sorry, man, but no idea what we could do about that, but there's literally nothing I could do for you. So, have we got any battles going on? Atkins then trying to get back up after that poor star. He spun. Oh, and he's out, and that's going to cause a safety car, surely. Yeah. Right on this occasion, for it to be a safety car, he's bounced back onto track, look. So, operator makes his way round, slowly but surely, gingerly. Is there a way? Right, the only thing I can do, Taz, is to quickly message Spreader so can you invite Taz back. I don't like doing that, he's in the middle of a race. I know it's under a safety car, but... I wouldn't do this if we was actually racing, but because safety cars come out... So, let's just go back to tyres. Just wondering if any of the medium tyre runners might have a little gamble here. Switch to hards. Make sure you can pretty much switch to hards whenever you like around there, and you can still do the whole race. I don't think hard struggle that much. It's, it is early. I mean, it would be a big gamble. You'd be losing so much track position. So I completely understand if none of them do on this occasion. The only one that really could would be... Oh, Dodi Kakat, what is going on? Well, I'm not having any issues tonight, which is great news. Everybody else seems to be. Dre is in his car now, which is great news. Taz not back with us as of yet. Can I turn the... Yeah, unlucky Atkins, with watching you at that moment, just completely turned you around. Just glad you didn't collect Davis in front of you at the same time, because you were pretty close to him, but yeah. Can I turn the game sound up? Second. There you are, Mark. Hopefully that makes a difference for you. So, right, it doesn't look like anybody's going to have a gamble in the early stop. And the safety car's in this lap. It's too late now. Just checking on operator's penalty there. It was a 3-second one. I feel you for you, Atkin. You had a great quality as well, mate. So I do feel for you there. As Dodi joins, let's see if we can get back control of his car from P14. It's back underway then. It doesn't look like anybody's getting a run on anyone ahead of them. See, that safety car actually, with nobody taking a gamble, for me, that safety car has played into Davis' hand now. Gets him back on the back of these medium runners, and it won't take long for the hards to get on a sort of a level playing field with the mediums around here. So, no, as long as everyone's clean for Davis, I'm predicting a good race for him this week, and I'm touching wood. There should be no curse on that. I think it's my age. Dre gets ahead of what was that then? He's had a spin. He's back with us. That's the main thing. He's back with us and in the race, so that's good news. It looks like Taz is as well, so I can only assume Spreader got that message. So that's great news as well. But Dre is having a look at Taz. Gets up the outside. Taz had a little moment, it's just made him lose his speed. Dre. So Dre up into P13, he'll get after operator now. As Adukan gets ahead of Davis into turn 1. trying to think if how many races White Lion's done with us now. I think this is the third. And he has shown some good pace in the other races, if I remember rightly. So he's another one to watch out for, having started on the hards as well, no doubt. And Fatal Defiance, brilliant at the moment, up to P9. Taz has gotten back ahead of Dre further down, and up into P13. Still having their own little battle back there. So they head into the hairpin. It's Adikana appears to be the man on the move at the moment. Dark Mark's got not so good start, running in P4. He's going to have Adukan joining the back of them very shortly. So let's just have the RNS re-enabled. Fantastic. So I don't think anyone is close enough to have a go at the driver ahead here. Maybe Fatal, but no. Just falls back slightly. I think White Lion maybe used a bit of energy to defend there when Fatal wasn't really attacking, so these experienced drivers like Fatal know to do, you see. Make the guy ahead use their energy. Very nice indeed. Still so tight, isn't it? It's hard to know who to watch right now because I don't have anyone particularly close enough right now to be making a move, but there's almost the whole field is nearly close enough to be making a move, so it's really difficult. So, oh, Cammy had a little moment or something in the hairpin. That's enabled Spreader through. Doesn't look like Big D's gonna be able to take advantage of it himself, but that brings Spreader into P1 then. Again, we're just... The top 5 are all within a second of each other, so that's a train, and then from P6 to P10 all within a second of each other. 2 5-car trains going on, and they're only separated by 2 seconds between the 2 trains, so really tight, which is great for us. It's say as a commentator, it makes it extremely hard to know who to watch at any one specific time. Just got to kind of stick with it really and hope you're in the right place. So just thinking ahead a little bit then towards pit stops, so trying to think back, and I think it was 11 laps and 16 laps, 11 on the mediums, 16 on the hards was the game's recommended. Obviously you might decide to do a lap either side of that on the mediums really. It could actually be really important in terms of this race. So I don't think I've ever commentated on a race where it's this tight before. It's exceptional at the moment. I'm just going to go to Aducam because Dartmark's just the first one that's showing I hate to say this, but in a way, the first one to show a little bit of weakness. He's dropped off the back of Big D, so doesn't have DRS. Obviously, Japan a bit behind the times now. Only got the one DRS zone on the pit straight. This last time I commentated here, but on this back straight here, I think, for me, if they got rid of the little left-hander that's in the middle of this back straight, they could stick a DRS zone on there, and I think that would make the track a little bit better for overtakes and that, but here we go. As side by side again then at the front, and it looks like Spreader's defended that, but Cammy could be in trouble here from Big D. He seems to get a decent run out of the chicane. Are they going to stay side by side, or is Big D going to back out, I think, a little bit? Yeah. And Operator picks up a further penalty, but we have it. Gumba, for a moment there, got past Davis for P6, but Davis back past now. That's a bit close from White Lion, needs to be a bit careful there. And it's a taps, little love tap on the back of Gumba. It's actually given a little sniff of a chance maybe to Fatal and Robbo. Aaron joins. Just wondering why Aaron's joined. Just wondering if you might want to join the comms or something. But Big D into the pits, so he's the first to move, and it is on time. It is on target. So 11 laps completed, and Operator also acting. So who's that? That's White Lion around in the Williams. Turn 1. They look like little signs that there could be something happening in that little group. But what it's ended up in is Davison P5. Fatal's up to P6 then. He's got the hand of Gumba. And Robbo in P8. So it looks like it's just White Lion has had a spin and dropped down a few places. But to the benefit of Dark Lord and Taz. So it's looking at Big D. So I mean, all those it's quite a lot of laps since the safety car, but that pit stop has dropped him all the way down to P12. And but the good news for him is that he has come out with around about 6.5 seconds of clean air to White Lion, so that's good. Aducan in P4 is having a look at Dark Mark. Battle. Aducan finds himself on the inside going into the chicane. Brilliant racing, and Aducan takes P3 and heads into the pits. So that's the top 4 of all pitted, same lap. No attempt of an overcut from any of them. And Davis will continue on his way, having started on the hards. And there's definitely a chance that those guys could come out in some traffic here. Looking down, they're still on the exit. Big D. There's Big D. Who's he gotten ahead of? He's gotten ahead of Dark Mark. And he's gotten ahead of Aducan. But he's behind Kamarov and Spreader. Obviously, they got to get their hearts up to temperature. It looks like they've gotten a little bit lucky here. They seem to have come out into fresh air again, which is unfortunate for Davis. He'd have loved for him to come out in a bit of a traffic. It shouldn't be much longer for the hard starters. Yeah, Mark, that's what I mean. I think they should get rid of it. Get rid of the 130R and just make it a gentle curve going all the way round to the chicane instead of having the actual left-hander as such. To get rid of it entirely and then put a DRS straight in. But yeah, of course. I mean, it's such a historical track. I don't know if they'd be willing to make a change like that, to be honest. But Gumba in from P3. Dark Lord follows him straight in. And I think the mediums there have basically done what they're capable of. That looked green to me. It wasn't. It's a set of hard tires, but I swear they were green. Clearly white on the side of the car now, but I swear they were green. So, down there. Yeah, I mean, the race seems to be sorting itself out a bit now, doesn't it? Stordie's in as well now. 3 seconds for Taz. We got a Setzer 1 yellow, and it's Adukan. Spun and finds himself dropping behind Gumba and Dark Lord, who've just pitted. So that is genuine position loss there due to the spin. It's quite a big spin, so however that was while fighting with Dark Marker. Still on his own, but well, okay. Right, in terms of the hard guys then, the obvious thing would be that they pit around about lap 16. So you're looking at 15, 16, 17, I think would be the 3 potential laps, really. Straight picks up a penalty. Who we got? Oh, it's Gumba! Oh, Gumba, and that's a couple of drivers now having really good races that have maybe seen their races disappear, and it has actually caused a safety car. So all the hard drivers that starts it, well, all the drivers started on the hards will be in. Whereas Spreader's going to get ahead of Davis, but not all of them are. There's Davis on the exit. He's going to get out ahead of Big D. What a moment for Davis that is. What a safety car. What a time for it. And because they'll be doing at least a couple of laps under this safety car, slightly early pit stop for the guys going on to mediums really doesn't matter. Still the Karkad joins once more. Wasn't aware that he drops out actually. Operator has picked himself up a drive-through penalty. Speeding under safety car. So, my apologies, I hadn't actually realised it's a virtual safety car, not a full safety car, so just assumed it was a full safety car, my apologies, but so Fatal's Defiance still in the lead of this race. Yeah, possibly Martin, it could be an option. So, yeah, so Fatal's Defiance leading. Oh, we've got a set to 2 yellow, and that looks like it's Dawdy. Yeah, it is Dawdy Karkat. Is that a moment? I think it's both times that I've seen him take control of the car again. I think he's had a bit of trouble. And that, there's Big D. Gets some move done on Davis. Davis is trying to get those mediums competitive. Big D able to do that, but can he shake the now medium tired Haas? Operator in to serve his drive-through penalty, and Gumba comes in directly behind him. I think Got a sets of 1 yellow. It's Dark Lord. Shots below added cam, but that's the only casualty position-wise. Another sets of 1. And I think that was Dodi Kaka, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. It's Gumba. It's come out on soft tyres. They will die before the end of this race. He's not going to be able to get to the end on those guys, I don't think. I think he'll have to pit again. In comes then Fatal Defiance. 16 laps on the hards. So you'll be doing 11 on the mediums. And fall down a little bit, but I think again, he did it last week. He had a superb race last week, if I remember rightly. He got driver of the day. It's long, hard stint. First stint on hards, I mean, from Fatal. Seems to be doing well. Taz, that is Taz just coming around behind, so yeah, I mean, Fatal can get those mediums up to temperature as quick as possible. Usually looking around half a lap from set mediums, really, to get into workable conditions. So, he's starting this stint in P7. It's already a brilliant position gain from Fatal today. That's 6 places up, if you can hold that. Just on board with Saz here. Gotta be a little bit of aware that the guy ahead of you has just come out of the pits. And, although he's probably reaching a workable temperature now, Fatal, on those mediums. Still going to be a little bit iffy as Kamarov gets back ahead of Spreader for the lead. Just going to have a look. Don't want to leave this in case there's a battle. Cammy and taking that lead as set fastest lap. Taz actually did quite well to avoid the contact in the first place there. So, so easy to do that up into that chicane, if I'm honest. In the end, he's going to come under fire from White Lion. I think if Fatal sees that back, I think he'd be pretty appreciative of the fact that Taz managed to get over to the left and avoid him. A little bit of contact on the exit, but there was no harm done on that. And, so you should find then that Fatal can start to extend the lead there. It's just a question for those guys. Oh, and Robbo. It's the right-hander that leads up to the hairpin. And that catches so many people out. In fact, it's actually quite surprising that it's only... Really, that's the only person. In fact, that's, yeah, Robbo, the only one so far that seems to have been caught out there. So, usually, actually, that corner does get quite a few within the distance of a race. So, sorry, just going back to the leaders. We haven't watched a huge amount, but Spreader is getting back onto the back of Kamarov again here. In fact, looks like he's going for a move into turn 1. And side by side. Oh no! Spreader gets out of shape. And by the looks of it, Kamarov gives that place back. So Kamarov must have felt that maybe he contributed to that then. Hence why he's giving it back. A bit further down, a little battle going on between Taz and White Lion. Well, yeah, okay. Absolutely. Oh, this Taz has ended up off. I mean, from first look, it looked to me as if Taz was on the inside and kept it as tight as he could. So, not as Adu Khan gets past Taz. Teammates today, actually. So, Well, in fact, not teammates today, they are teammates. So, I think personally, if I was Taz, I'd be saying, do you know what, Adakan, you get on with it now. If I can, I'll stay on it in you 1 second and leech off your DRS. Taz could do a lot worse than sticking in Adukan's DRS if he can. And so that will take him. Adukan will pull him round to the best result he can probably get today anyway. And well, Spreader and Kamarov's battling in the end has come back to hold them a little bit. It's Big D. He's now right on the back of him again. And a superb race today again, Big D, and he's impressed me today, it's Big D. Oh, as Adukan... After saying that about Adukan and Taz, Adukan pits. He's going to put some softs on, and I suppose go for the fastest lap. Yeah, he should get out ahead of Dre, I think. So, well, he's only just coming out his grid slot. Was he serving a penalty then, maybe? Not sure. No, Dre's going to get ahead of him, isn't he? Dre up into P11. That'll be it though, and Adukan out. It's going to be quick for the remainder, but it's only Dre that he's going to be able to go for. So not quite sure for the reason on that stop, unless it was damage. Back to the leaders. I think this is where our race is today, and that is Dre. Oh no, I can't come off of that. What am I doing? Got to go back to that. But Dre has had an incident further down. He's dropped down to P14. Come up to the chicane. Oh, I'll give it a couple more laps. I'll be going in there free side by side. That was a new wing, Mark. Thank you. I didn't see it. It's it's a vantage spreader because he has the lead. But Cammy and Big D both looking very racy here. Moment. Dark Mark's also caught the back of Davis to potentially look to take P4. And at the moment, yeah, I feel like I could pretty much pick a name out of a hat for driver of the day at the moment, so something needs to happen to determine it for me. I might have to come to you guys in a bit. It's a bit early yet. A few more laps yet before I start thinking about it properly, but Robbo gets ahead of Taz. Just looking down as a set to 1 yellow. I think it is Taz. Yeah, so Taz is out of spin. He's dropped behind Dark Lord as well. Dre picks up 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. So he'd had a spin, so I assume he's pitting for damage. Just a note to say, don't forget 15 drivers remain, so if they all finish, they all score points today. So it is the top 15 in PRF1, so great to have all drivers scoring points. It's really hard to take your eyes off this battle, isn't it? In the moment, it's going really well. If I had to say right now, to me, Big D looks like the raciest of the three. The problem is he's got 2 to get past. That's his downside. But he does, to me, he does. He looks like the fastest. The raciest. I mean, one time he did get past, he felt he may have been at fault for something and let Spreader back past. Other than that, it's Spreader, isn't it? He's so difficult to get past. He knows where to stick his car to make it awkward. And doesn't work. So you see battles like this, that this game really is superb. Gotta love it when it's like this. You don't necessarily love camera angles like that from Coders, but when you get battles like this, it's absolutely brilliant. So again, through the chicane. And this time, Big D looks like he might have a little run. On board. Set to 2 yellow, and just looking down at that. And I think that's Taz. Or is it? No, it might be Aducan actually. Oh no, my apologies, it was Gumba. It was a Ferrari. Kaka does get past Aducan. So it might have been Aducan as well. But so it's both. So anyway, I don't want to. Problem at the moment, I don't want to move away from this battle because it's. It's too good. And Kamarov gets out of sorts, out of the hairpin. Big D trying, he's got to go all the way around the outside. He's trying his best. The problem is Kamarov, look at the way he's looked after his energy. So, I think that was the thing there for Big D. He is a lot lower on energy than the two ahead of him, which is going to make it extremely difficult for him. And, I think Kamarov is effectively wading to try and... So that's Dre, round, and turn 2, and he finds himself a lap down. Just finish it off, Dre. Make sure you just get your point for 15th. Bring it home. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. It's a full safety car. Ah, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, it is for Dre, but this safety car will only be able to do 1 lap. It can do 1 lap, and that's it. And guys are pitting. Why are they pitting? Oh no, it's okay. I thought Spreader was a lot further around. I thought they were going to end up a lap down by pitting, but they're not. So, okay, well, understandable for these guys, I guess. What the top guys do? They can't. None of them can pit because they're going to lose too much by doing it. So they have to stay out here. The only one for me in a top 9 is the 9th place start. Oh, Spreader's in. Spreader is in. That to me is a massive shock. He's going to fly down the order. He had damage on his front wing. Okay, so that's why he's pitted then, isn't it? But for me, that means that, well, for me, that's goodbye to a podium. Spreader. That brings Dart Mark up into P3. And for me, he goes favourite. But it's going to make sure this safety car will be in the end of this lap. It cannot go on to lap 26. So it will pit at the end of this lap. It makes you wonder if people are realising that, because these, not so much White Lion, but Robbo, Dark Lord. Operator's carrying on, he's aware of it. They're going to have a long way to catch up to the safety car before it comes in. Ah, was he back? That looks like he's solidified there. I think he's back. Okay, well, let's get back to these guys then. So this battle's just become Kamarov, Big D, and Dark Mark. So its Spreader can We do, Greza. But my God, is it exciting. Brilliant. In the air, he needed a new wing. Well, he must have been driving with that damage for some time. Just confirmation then. Safety car in this lap. I'm just looking down. So that's Robbo and Dart Lord. Right, so Robbo in P8 has not caught the safety car. So Robbo and Dart Lord's decisions to pit are poor ones, unless they've not made it onto the back of the safety car for the restart. And look at Big D. Can he? Oh, just couldn't get alongside. Davis. Spreader has gotten into P5 already. Can he? Can he rescue a podium? No, you're right, Mark. I shouldn't. He's having a look. That would have been a bit dangerous. We've got sets of 1 and 2 yellow. Oh, Fatal. I think it was Fatal and White Lion, so Fatal hasn't lost anything. Anyway, let's get back up. So Spreader ahead of Davis and up into P4. Rule him out at your peril. If he gets back onto the podium, guys, I'm giving him driver of the day. I'm not messing about. If he gets past Dark Mark and takes a podium, he's getting driver of the day. Set to 2 yellow is a McLaren. It's Dark Lord. Sorry, I'm concentrating on what Spreader's doing. Big D is really pushing Kamarov here. Oh, and I go back to this. It's all over the back of him, isn't he? He's got so much more grip, but don't... Ah, he's done it. He's done it. Superb. Absolutely superb. Is that the last place? Can he go for Big D? Oh, I don't want him to get Big D. I love our Spreader, but Big D's been superb today. I think... Let it lie. Let him have P2. But Spreader won't be thinking like that. It's got the unbelievable feeling at this point of the race of having those beautiful fresh softs underneath him. Just quickly turn the penalties on so we can see the penalties further down. So Operator's got 6, Taz has got 6, Dory's got 3, Adukan's got 3. Unfortunately, the guys a bit lower down have been plagued a bit with disconnect problems. Gumba, unfortunately, I think just got had a bad spin. But here they come then. Sergeant Kamarov wins the Japanese Grand Prix by 700ths of a second in the end. For Big D, nearly got him on the line. Spreader takes a fantastic P3. And Dark Mark P4, Davis P5, Fatal P6. Superb from Fatal today. On another day, Fatal, I'd be tempted to give you driver of the day for that, but this week it's gone to Spreader, in my opinion. White Lion P7, good race, White Lion. Did a good job, Robbo as well. Dark Lord P9, Operator 10 on his debut. Has a top 10 finish. Well done, Operator. Obviously points for top 15 in PRF1, but still top 10 finish on your debut, so well done. Taz, as you can see, P11. I'll just finish the rest of them out. Shocking, says Danny. Hey, Danny. Absolutely brilliant race. Loved it. I can't believe that safety car came out of the end, but I didn't get to see what had happened to Dre, so I'm not sure exactly. His camera off does a silly little dance. So takes victory in Japan. So celebrate with the fizzy sake. Fizzy sake all round. Right, so where was I? Taz in P11, Dodi Kaka P12, Adukan picks up P13 in the end and fastest lap with 1:35.29. Gumba P14, Dre in P15. Just having a little look, was he? No, he wasn't classified as down as DNF, so I think Gumba's the last of the finishers then, and Dre and Atkins DNFs. Race director, just have a quick scroll through the incidents in case they're needed. There we go. Then let's get the boys in then. So Cammy, D. I'm glad to see you enjoyed it, operator. Well done on top 10 in your first race. Brilliant. 481. Disconnected about 5 times. Yeah, it's unlucky, Dawdy. Can't help that. Can't help it when it does that, mate. Yeah, but no, you had a great race though, Faisal, so don't worry too much about that. In a way, right. Was that everybody in? Right, yeah, you're all there. Just remember to include your audio, guys, for me. Please.
All
Yeah,
included.
it's all done.
All good? Yeah? Excellent. Right, well, let's come to spreader first then. So, P3 in the end spreader. I will tell you straight away, also my driver today as well. Absolutely superb drive. And yeah, I mean, you had to fight back to the podium at the end. I guess you probably quite enjoyed making up those places, but we were all a little bit surprised you pitted until we saw a new front wing go on the car. But talk us through it anyway, man.
Yeah, it was qualifying good behind Jack. I knew the only chance I've got against Jack is getting him off the line. It's one place where I am a bit better than him. So it was that, and then it was defend, and then I know Big D were right up Jack's ass as well all the way. So it was I had to keep Jack at a distance, but Jack was trying to keep Big D at a distance, and we was also trying to keep check of the tires as well, because the wear rate is stupid around here. They just within like what 7 laps, I think it was on like 40% or something like that, 50%.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
yeah.
So but we got onto the hards, and then everything come back together. We ended up all back together, and yeah, it was a little moment just with Jack. I think he just lost a bit on a bit of traction, tapped me, nudged me, and I did as much as I could to keep it out the wall, and instead of going in, I tried to go sideways. So yeah, I took a bit of wing damage. So then I was nursing wing damage. Big D was still sat behind Jack, even closer. Trying my best to hold them off, and then when that safety car come out, I thought, everybody's behind me now. If we start getting picked off, then I'm just gonna fall down the order at the minute because of my damage. So it was
Yeah.
it was one of them. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, but yeah, I stuck the softs on, and I had some great battles. I managed to get past Fatal. I had a good one with Davis. I had a great one with Dark Mark through sector one. I think he thought I were going to go for it in the first S, and I was only trying to just make him think I were there. And luckily it worked, and I managed to get him back round the outside of another one. But at that point, Big D and Jack had already picked up enough of a gap. So
Yeah, I made a comment at one point because all of you in the top three had really good races, and so I could basically pick one of your names out of a hat for driver of the day. So I said at the end, I said, right, if Spreader gets back onto the podium, I'm giving him driver of the day, and she did. So, well done, man. Give us a
Very
bit
compliant dart mark. Very compliant dart
yeah,
mark.
yeah, give us a bit of entertainment in the end there, which was great, and it was a really good race. So, really enjoyed that. Big D, speaking to you again this season. Superb race, man.
Cheers.
I don't know what else to say to you. It's an absolutely brilliant race. Congratulations on P2. You were so close to getting Kamarov. It's after that restart. You were getting close to him into turn one, but you just couldn't quite get side by side with him.
I'd be looking at his budget if I was Toto Wolff, because his straight line speed was insane. I just couldn't get anywhere near him. On the straight, I could keep up with him all the way around, but as soon as we went around towards the last chicane, he was just sodding off, and I had no chance. So I was just trying to usher him into a mistake going into the bridge, which he made once or twice, but I couldn't capitalise. Just couldn't capitalise going around the hairpin. Yeah, fair play to both of them.
Yeah. Well, fair play to all three of you, because the racing was superb, and apart from the little moment as Spreader mentioned, there was no contact that I saw at all, other than that little moment. But that was just a traction thing. So, it was great racing, and
most fun I've had all season, I think, by far.
Yeah. Okay. So congratulations on P2, mate.
Cheers, man.
That means we come on to Cammy. Well, great win, mate. Well done. Congratulations. I mean, it was just a superb battle between the three of you, to be honest with you. You've come out on top of that, under pressure from Big D all the way through, but putting Spreader under pressure all the way through as well. And obviously, Spreader's had to pit for the new wing at the end. But so from your side, in a way, how did it go?
Great pace. Was really pleased with that. I didn't. I was going to be able to get that lap time, but it came together in the end. And then Spread said he's just so much better at starts than I am. I just can't get the power down, and he's usually off into the distance, which he was this race as well. And then, he defended brilliantly. I just couldn't get past him. He had such a good launch out of the final corner that it was no point going for a dive into turn one because it's so dangerous. So I had to try and get him into the chicane, but he defended it well a few times that I went for it. And then, I got him. I can't actually remember how I got him. I think I got him eventually into the chicane, close enough coming out of Spoon. And then he tried to re-overtake that in the next lap, and then I just tried to keep it around the outside and was a bit of a brat and lost it on the curve. So I don't think I'll keep the win, but hey, it's nice to do it on track.
Okay. I didn't see anything that would suggest you wouldn't. I'm not.
We'll see
what happens. But Again, congratulations on a win, man. And all three of you on the podium. Spreader, where are we next week?
Mexico, I think. Are we?
Baku?
Mexico, I think.
Oh, Mexico.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Just checking Discord now.
Yeah,
Mexico, and then Baku.
Yeah, Mexico. So, it's got a little bit of similarity to Japan actually. It's a long straight on it, but the quick twisty section as well. What do you guys think? Well, I quite like Mexico myself.
Shitty double detection DRS zone.
Yeah, that's my only issue with it.
I like Mexico, but I just know Cameron's going to come in with like a 0-1 wing or something, and do you know what I mean? Losing
I really
on the straight.
I loved Mexico last game and was quite good at it, but I don't think I've done a competitive race there this game, so I've got no idea.
I've had a couple, and they've been really good races as well. Actually, the only thing is people spinning in that twisty sector too. Which can cause safety cars quite easily. So it can turn into a bit of a safety car fest, but if it doesn't, it's usually a really good one.
I think I'll
So,
go into it the same as this one, to be honest. Just not really expect anything, just have fun enjoying racing.
yeah,
Pretty much
that's it. So,
bother about what
yeah,
happens.
cool. All right then. So, right. Well, thanks to everybody that's watched live, and anybody that watches the stream back. We really appreciate it, guys. Thanks to everybody that's kept me company in the chat as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Been a good laugh. We'll say
Grez has said
goodnight. Obviously,
sprint
we'll be
week.
back.
Grez has said sprint week next week as well. Happy days.
Oh, is
It
it?
is a sprint
Excellent.
week.
Fucking it, that's my
Oh,
curse,
happy
right?
days.
I'm
That's-
not going to get a podium next week.
Good. Excellent. So sprint week next week as well, guys. So don't forget, 8:30 next Friday. We'll be here for sprint week at Mexico. So please join us. From myself, I will be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. for Wheel Spin and 8 p.m. for HRF1. But other than that, guys, have a nice weekend, and I'll see you then. Good night.